it's the bobbles and things. It's like, give me all the yarn. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly, also known as RowRow and Kades, and this is a podcast where I talk about everything I've been knitting and designing and crocheting. I haven't crocheted, but over the last couple of weeks. Welcome. This is episode 79, which I said last time, but it wasn't. It was episode 78. This is episode 79, legitimately. So welcome. I have a cat at my feet who keeps attacking the tripod, so I apologise if you shuffle around a little bit. Yeah, he's a nuisance. Psst, psst, come here. Come and show your face. Come show your face. Psst, psst, Dax, come here. Just because they haven't seen you for a little bit. Come here. He doesn't like being picked up. This is the big ginger boy. He's absolutely huge, if you remember him as a kitten. Yeah, he doesn't like being picked up. Whoa. He's massive. He's the biggest cat in our house. We have 3. He is the youngest. He's not even 1 yet. He's 1 next month. And he's huge in comparison to the other 2. Right, anyway, you're not here for cats? Well, you might be. But you're mostly here for knitting. I have some lovely stories. I have some awful stories of my knitting over the last 2 weeks. So buckle up, here we go. So I've got a couple of finished objects. And the first one is the lovely cowl. The lovely cowl that I was making last episode. That is oh my god, I can't speak. The proceeds are going to go to Cancer Research UK. So this was a yarn gifted to me by Chris from Loopy Loop UK, and I decided I was going to design this pattern in it. She did give me other yarn. She hasn't just given me this. She's given me lots, but I said I wasn't going to share it all. But it's got this lovely drops. I want to say Fable every single time. Drops Flora in the white fog colourway. And that is knitted throughout. And then it's just the mohair that changes colour. So this mohair is... I can't remember. I cannot remember. This is lemonade. This is pistachio ice cream. This is light steel blue, I think, and that's light pink. But I cannot remember what that one's called. Chalk. So I just changed the colour for each pattern repeat. It's currently in... my skin is stuck to it. It's currently in testing. I'll put it on. I just don't want to knock my microphone. And I don't want to get lipstick on it. It's better, isn't it? It's currently in testing right now, and I've stipulated that you do not have to use mohair. You can use any colour change or anything like that. But yeah, it's lovely and snuggly and warm. So I will be wearing that in the winter when it comes back around again, because we're now going into spring. Spring equinox was yesterday, woo! Which makes me very happy. I really, really don't like the cold months. I'm a summer girl. So, yeah, this. So I did put down that I wanted you to help me name this. I'm sorry I'm so sporadic today. Something's happened that's made me quite scatty, so I apologise. I will explain. My brain is going 10,000 miles an hour. Two things is making my brain do this. I'll tell you in a minute. So I did ask for name suggestions, and a few of you gave me some name suggestions. There was Judy with the beginning of spring, and a few others had said the Loopy Loop Cove Cowl, I think it was. And then Angela over on Instagram said Waves of Hope. So I put them all to a vote, and Waves of Hope won by a landslide, really. It was on Patreon, the vote went. and it did win. However, Waves of Hope is already taken. Waves of Hope Cowl is already taken by somebody else. And when I went to put in the hashtag in Instagram, there was already other cowls on there from the other design. So I called this Wave of Hope. We dropped an S. And yeah, so this is the Wave of Hope cowl, which is currently in testing. And then once it's gone through testing, I will get it released, and then you'll be able to buy your copy, and all proceeds, I will, like 100% of the proceeds will go to Cancer Research UK for that one. So that is my first finished object. It's very pretty. I'll show you. I haven't showed you a close-up, have I? I wanted to do it like seashells because Chris crochets a lot of seashell things, so that's why I went for seashells. So yeah, so that's that one. My next finished object was an out of the blue finished object. I'm just gonna have a little drink. If you watched my video last week, when I did the Ravelry Russian roulette and I made a hat, it was fun to do. I'm not a fan of cables. I would prefer to not have to do a lot of cables because they just hurt my hand. Yeah, they're not fun for me personally, but I do like how they look. This is the hat grain by, I still don't know how to say her name. If you see my video, I really struggled. I'm saying Marina, yeah, I'm going with that, Marina Radzko. I really don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm sorry. So it's a lovely pattern. It's not very big. Someone did comment on my Ravelry Roulette video that it looked like a swimming cap. So thank you very much for that. My hair's particularly bouffant at the minute because our shower is broken and I'm having to have baths while we get that sorted. And it's just, baths are no good for my hair. That's why I've got these bits fastened up, because it loses all its curl and just goes, and it looks horrible. So my hair is particularly raggy and bouffant and in a shocking state. And so maybe it looked particularly bouffant. I don't know if I can get this on with these bubbles in. Maybe it looked particularly bouffant that day. I don't know. But yeah, it is tight on me. And this is the biggest size. You can see my bubbles are there. But basically, it's a full cabled hat. It's quite simple cables. There's nothing too tricky in here. But you do an Italian cast on, which I honestly, I don't see the point. And then you do this broken 2x2 rib, and then it's the cables, and then the crown. The pattern is, the lady who designed it is Russian, and there is English text in there. I look like a div, don't I? I'm going to take this off. Oh, it's all folded up, that's why. Well, I still look like a div. The lady who wrote the pattern is Russian, and there is some English texts in there, but the entire pattern is charted. Even the brim, even the rib is a chart. It is a paid for pattern, so I can't show you any of it, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know if someone said to me maybe it's things lost in translation, but the problem was it's a chart which doesn't need translation. I know Russian charts and English charts are different in their symbols and everything, but the crown chart was incorrect. It didn't line up with the body of the hat, and I don't think that's a translation issue. I think it's just that's an error in the pattern. And also when... Oi! Stop it. When there was a decrease in the crown, it didn't show on the chart until you got to the next decrease. So you'd like lost a stitch, but it was still in there until the next decrease happened, and then it went off then. So that's not a translation thing. That is simply an error, I'm afraid. So yeah, unfortunate. It's not difficult to fudge it and get it lined up though. I think anyone who knits plenty of hats would know to be able to line it up and fix it, I reckon. Yeah. So I do have a couple of errors in it. I showed them on the actual Ravelry Roulette episode. Because I'm not great at cables, I can't find them. Oh, there's one. So there's this one. See, it's supposed to look like a cross like this, but it's a mangled cross. And then I have this lumpy bit down here that's not right, but I wasn't pulling it back. Cables and me, we're just like fair weather friends, really. We tolerate each other now and again, and then yeah, I don't know, I get sick of them. Every time I get to a cable round, I'm like, ugh. So yeah, they're not my favourite, but this yeah, it's a nice hat. I'm just waffling on, aren't I? It is nice. It is nice. I didn't tell you that, I used Cascade 20. I always say 2020 and it's not. Cascade 220 Superwash in the DK. I don't think it has the colour name on here. No, colour 212. No, this is deep stash, so I have no idea if it's still available in this colour or anything. This was leftover yarn from a design I did for Let's Knit magazine many moons ago. Yeah, so there we go. I don't think there's anything else I can tell you. So it might be donated, that hat. It might be given to somebody else because it is a little bit tight on my bonds. Right, that's it for finished objects. So I have been working away on my Dust and Frost socks. I haven't had a lot of time on them, which is unfortunate because I'm really, really enjoying them in these colours. So I'll show you. I don't want to lose my yarn. I love how it's like pooling and I'm getting like that diagonal stripe and stuff. I just really like that. And then on the other side, how you can see, because I think when I first cast it on, people were like, why has she got that turquoise? But now you can see why I've picked out the turquoise, because it really matches this one. That's a marker for Patreon. So I am into the frog section, as I like to call it. That bit. It's the gusset. I am only kind of just in the gusset. Well, I'm not too far. I'm not too bad. So yeah, I am enjoying them. That is my first one. But I am enjoying them. I had to swap my needle because I was using my Knit Pro Carbon and the join to push the yarn over was hurting so much. So I switched it out to this, which is a Knit Pro Nova, and it's doing the same. I can't get the yarn to go over, and to the point where, you know, when you pull the skin away from your nail a bit too much and it starts to hurt down your nail. I've done that on my thumb literally from pushing stitches over the bump in the needle. They just don't want to go. So I don't know what that's all about, but it's rather frustrating. So I might have to change to another sock needle. If you have a favourite sock needle, let me know below what it is, because like I've got my Chiagu set, but I don't have any sock needles in Chiagu. So I'm thinking of maybe getting some fixed circular Chiagu, because you just can't beat them, can you? Well, I don't know. You tell me. Can you? Is there a better one out there? I'm a bit fed up now. Keep looking for the elusive perfect sock needle and I'm not finding it. I'm sick of these large bumps. Anyway, in case you didn't know, this is a yarn by Bellica Yarn, which it was a one of a kind in a bargain bucket that I got, but it's absolutely stunning. And the mini is just a random that I had in my stash that I thought went really well. I love the colours. They're so bright and cheerful. I just really like them. So that is my Dust and Frost socks. Have you cast yours on yet? There is a Cowl running, I should have said. The Cowl will end on April 29th. I do need to gather the prizes and share what they are. But I've been distracted by other things, which I will tell you. I promise I am going to tell you why I'm scatterbrained and why I'm so distracted. There was 2 reasons. One is coming up very soon. But first, let's talk about my Rococo. So I've been working on a lot of like work knitting. Like even Dust and Frost is kind of like a work knitting thing. And then the Athenaeum tea. I was working a lot on that extensively, like exclusively. And I don't, apart from my man, I don't do exclusive. So like I'm quite bad for like just casting on something else, and I've got so many whips, it's ridiculous. But I was missing the Rococo. I'd seen it in a little picture that I'd taken, and I was like, I haven't picked that up in ages. I really want to. Stupidly, I didn't put a marker in to show where you last seen it, but it is now down to here. So I'll show you it this way so you can see it properly, because this is quite awkward. I have no idea if you can see that. But it's got all the bobbles and the lace and the twisted stitches. It is quite an extensive, full-on lace. But, yeah. It's getting there. I am on round 57. No, I'm on round 58, that's right. I'm on round 58 of 66 yoke rounds. And then it's just plain sailing. There's a bit of yoke. No, there's not a bit of yoke. There is a bit of pattern in the sleeves near the cuff, but that's not an issue. The rest of it is just stock and stitch. And I'm really looking forward to just sitting and knitting on this. But it is quite extensive, so it's took me a while to get to this point. But I absolutely love it. It's so, so pretty. I'm really excited for it. It guzzles yarn like nothing before. So how many balls am I in now? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that it? So this is my 5th ball that I'm on at this point. 5 balls of yarn. It's the bobbles and things. It's like, give me all the yarn. So I've got a lot though. I should be okay. I hope I'm okay. I'm using Drops Nepal in the purple mix colour, I think it's called. This is an Aran weight, 65% wool and 35% alpaca. It's 50 grams and 75 metres. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful yarn. I was really nervous a few months back. I thought I was getting an allergy to alpaca because every time I was using alpaca, I was sneezing. But this, I'm fine. Not a problem. So maybe it's just 100% alpacas I've got a problem with. I don't know. I don't want an alpaca allergy. I like alpaca. Yeah. I have nothing else to tell you. I'm just staring at the ball band. So, I'll tell you, the colourway is colourway number 4434. In case purple mix isn't correct, but I think it is. But it's beautiful. I'm very happy with it. I just want to knit on that all the time, which I can't, and that makes me sad. To the point where I've actually thought, do you really want to do this design in malarkey anymore? Because You just want to knit on things that you want to knit on. But I will. I'll keep going. This is the reason. This is the reason. So scatterbrain, this is reason number 1. Actually, it's probably reason number 2. But we're going with it first, so let's call it reason number 1. So yesterday I was knitting on my Athenaeum tee. So if you haven't been here before, the Athenaeum tee is my design. I have Athenaeum socks out. I have an Athenaeum hat out. There is other Athenaeum things in the pipeline. And one of those things, I think a cat's been sat on this. It's absolutely covered in hair. One of those things is the Athenaeum tee. Now, as you can see, look, there's more hair. Not more hair, more hair. As you can see, I am quite far down. This is the split for the sleeve. I am all the way down here. Yes, I am. And yesterday I thought, you know what, I really need to do another fit check. I'd done one when I got to the sleeve split and made sure it was ready. I was ready for the split in the sleeves. And I was. And then I was like, I haven't done a fit check for a little bit. Let's put one on. It is absolutely gigantic. It's way too big on me. Like unattractively big. It's covered in bleeding hair. What have you been doing to it, Dax? Like, oh, the pattern was written out. It's in tech editing. Hi, Ali. Luckily, she hasn't had a chance to start yet. Not luckily for Ali, because the reason she hasn't had a chance to start is because she's burnt out with the East Anglia Yarn Festival. She's a big helper there. So she was very, very tired. Luckily for me, she hadn't been able to start. Because, I don't know if I've just said, because tech editors charge by the hour. So every hour they're looking at your pattern is money. And this needs a total rewrite. Not like to the point where I've got to sit and figure everything out again, but all the numbers need to be changed. Basically what's happened is I did a gauge swatch because I'm a good girl when it comes to designing, and I will always do a gauge swatch. The gauge swatch has now been ripped out and used, so I can't show you that as proof. But I did a gauge swatch and it said my gauge was 30 stitches. And they're not. They're not at all. Once I've relaxed into the knitting, and I'm now knitting, normally it's at least 26 stitches. I'm going to measure a couple of other places and make sure. I only measured once yesterday and then cried. And I didn't actually cry, but I was just like, oh my God. And I quickly messaged Ali and was like, pull on the reins. We cannot go any further. Do not look at the pattern. Because it costs me money. So the whole thing's got to come out. It is like incredibly big on me. I was knitting it and I was thinking, God, this takes so long to get round and round. I don't understand. It's 6 rounds an hour. I timed it yesterday. And then, every round is 10 minutes. So then I was like, right, do a fit check, just to make sure this is the right size, because you're just knitting away. And that's what happened. So my brain has just basically gone, oh my God, you have to sort this out when you're going to fit it in. And then you've got to pull all of that out again and recast it on and start again from scratch, even though you've nearly got a finished jumper. And this is not good. This is sad life. I hate this part of designer life. It's just like, I don't want to rip it out. Can I not just pretend that it's supposed to be massively baggy on people? No, you can't, Menzies. You have to do it. So that's what's happening. So say goodbye. Bye. Because it's getting ripped out. Now I've showed you. So not a happy bunny at all, at all, at all. I'm actually really upset because it's a lot of work. And then it's the risk of, right, okay, recalculate, and then what if it's wrong again? I don't want it to be. So let's forget that. Right, that's it. That's all I've been working on. Yeah, I have not picked up my hexicard, which I really, really want to, but I just haven't picked it up at all. So that's a month, because it was not last episode, but the episode before I was asking you for advice about it. So I haven't picked that up for a month. And I've got all sorts to finish, socks to finish, and I have like one sock here and one sock there. I've got all sorts to do. My brain is just like, you cannot knit all the things. But it'll get done, it'll get done. So on to some good things. I was in last month's issue of Simply Knitting, issue 261, which is this one. I had these socks. So this was one of the secret knits I was working on when I couldn't show you anything. And hang on. This is them. So they're called Scarlet Steps in there, which I won't probably keep when I take them back over, because I don't like naming things after the colour of them. I think that's weird. I'm also a little bit disappointed because they don't actually fit the model. The heel is here and it should be here. So they're too small for her. So that's a bit gutting. But other than that, they look cool. So they're just vanilla socks. They're taupe, and they just have this fancy bit of lace across the top. Yeah. So there you go. I am in there. I've bent the magazine the wrong way around. And a little bit more up to date, because I should have showed you that before, and I didn't have. I was waiting for them to send me a copy, and they didn't. So I had to go and buy one. So I got it quite late. By the time I'd got it, it was quite late. So I should have showed you it before. And I apologise. But more up to date, because this has literally just come out. I am in this month's issue. It's issue 213 of the Knitter magazine. And again, it is socks. Where are you? Here. So this is the systematic socks. It does look like a white band, but it's not. It's just, it does it up here as well. It's just the way the pink colour changed. These are mosaic socks, so you, I can show you, hang on, I can't show you the pattern, so I'll show you there. So they're mosaic socks. They, you just knit with one colour each time. It's not colour work, there's no floats. You use slip stitches to create the pattern. And they're called systematic because they look like, it looks like computer components to me. Do you see what I mean? Maybe you can see it better in that one. Can you see it better in that one? Do you see what I mean? So, yeah, I'm in that as well. So there you go. There's another couple of socks you can go and get. I will release them individually once my contract comes to an end, which isn't that long with either of those. So once, I think it's like, it's either 4 or 6 months. I think it's 6 months, and then I'm allowed to release. I will have to double check my contract. I have different contracts with different magazines, and it's like, oh, how long is your stipulation for before I'm allowed to release? So yeah, and I obviously need to get them back and photograph them. But yeah, I have no acquisitions. I think that's all I have to show you. So life stuff. Okay, this is another reason why I'm mega scatterbrained. This had happened when I last talked to you, but I wasn't quite ready to say anything. So, as you all know, I've been with Terry for a long time. Terry, my partner, and I mention him a lot because he has anxiety issues, and we talk about that on here and everything. And you all know about him getting a motorbike and it being like his magic wand and things. And you all know he's going through trying to get his motorbike, like his proper big boy licence and things like this. You all know about Terry. Me and Terry have been together for 19 years. It's just our anniversary was this month on the 4th of March. And we've been together 19 years, but we are not married. We've been engaged for 12 years, but we've never gone that far because it would be so much stress for Terry to have to deal with that we just never really bothered to do anything about it. Anyway, I'm 48 years old. I've never been married or anything. I'm still a miss. And Terry is 40. He's also never been married. He's been with me since he was 21, so he didn't have a chance. So a couple of weeks back, my mum's not the healthiest person in the world. And she had a little bit of a health scare with a stomach issue, and she ended up in hospital. And she was in there for a couple of nights and she was fine, and she's home and she's fine. She's still got like a kind of issue. She needs things sorting out, but she's okay. Do you know what I mean? But my mum will be 75 this year, and so will my stepdad, and then who's brought me up since I was 6, and then my real dad is like 74 this year, 73 this year, sorry. And so they're all like, they are getting on a little bit. So I started to get a little bit like, I would really like them at my wedding. Like my mum ending up in hospital kind of made me go, oh, I would like them at my wedding. You never know what's going to happen. Like, it doesn't matter how old you are, does it? You don't know what's going to happen. So me and Terry had been talking about it. My mum got out of hospital and I'd gone to visit her. And I took the kids over and we'd gone there for the day. And Terry was sitting here on his own. And he took it upon himself to just ring the registry office to find out what we needed to do. And then he texted me and he said, I've rang the registry office and we need to pay like £50 to make it known, to book a date and everything. He said, if you did fancy doing it, what date would you want? And I went, I don't know, summer. So he said, okay. And he went away and he come back and he said, we're booked in, end of July, this date, this time. And I was like, oh. So I'm getting married. I'm not going to tell you the exact date because, you know, although I trust you guys, there's also a lot of dodgy people on the internet. So I'm not telling you the exact date, you just never know. But yeah, I'm getting married at the end of July, and I will share like whatever I can with you guys to an extent. But so my head has been all over the place because we've had to be getting organised. We don't have long. What is it now? We had 5 months when he first booked it, and it's now near the end of March, so April, May, June, July, 4 months. Yeah, it's a lot. So we've managed to get our venue booked for after the registry office. The registry office where we're going to is absolutely beautiful. And then we have booked in a place close to us for the party and the reception and everything. And yesterday I was printing out my invites and getting them cut up and sent. Like I wasn't buying invites. I've just been doing it as cheap as I possibly can. But we still want a really nice time because neither of us have been married. So I want the big dress and I want the party and everything. I don't want just like a rubbish thing. I want something beautiful. So, yeah, it's happening. Yeah, it's been very, very exciting. The boys, especially Rowan, is just so excited. He's told everybody to the point where I was walking into the school and his teachers were coming up and going, congratulations. And I was like, oh, he's not supposed to tell anybody yet. But he has. But it's fine. He's looking forward. His idea, however, was to walk down the aisle in front of me. And he's going to be a page boy. So he'll be walking down the aisle in front of me. But he wants to hand out chicken nuggets to the people in the seats as he walks down the aisle, of which I've said no. I don't think the girls want the greasy fingers on the dresses. I don't think the boys want the greasy fingers on their suits. Like, we're not handing out chicken nuggets. So that's disappointed him. But I honestly don't know where that boy gets his ideas from. So yeah, I am very, very excited. I'm also very stressed. Yeah. I need to start casting them on, but I'm knitting little hearts that I'm going to stuff with stuffing and lavender, and I'm going to impale some of them on sticks and put them in like the flower arrangements. My colour theme is plum, so there's a few girls on Discord who said, oh, I'll knit you some hearts, so I've got a few knitted and crocheted hearts coming, which is amazing. Some of them are coming from Alaska, and and there's it's just so good. So that's lovely. And it's like part of them can come with me to the wedding, so that's really, really lovely. And then yeah, I'm going dress shopping in a couple of weeks. So I'm scared, but I'm excited and scared and excited. It's going to be amazing, and yeah. So there you go. That is my big news. And that is why I'm so scatterbrained and so just, oh my God, what is going on with my life? And the Athenaeum tea has really threw me through a loop. I really don't want to pull all that out, and I know that I'm going to have to, and it's just devastating. So that is it. I have nothing else to tell you other than that, because it's basically blown everything out of the water. Yeah, I don't even know of anything else going on other than Athenaeum tea, wedding. That seems to be my life right now. So, yeah. I'm going to go and get some Athenaeum tea maths done, and my camera's dying anyway, so I need to. It keeps flashing up. I've only got this much left in my battery. All right, calm down, we're going. So I will catch you very, very soon. I have no idea what video is happening next week. Absolutely none whatsoever. I might possibly, someone, I can't remember who they were, and I'm so sorry, but someone did say about doing an Easter Ravelry roulette, and it could end up being that, because I honestly don't know what else to do. If I think of something, I will do it. But I'm a little bit at a loss. I think my brain is just so scattered at the minute with other things that I just don't have the room to think up stuff. If you want me to do anything, please drop it in the comments below. It might not happen for next week because it depends how long the thing takes me to organise and do. But anything that you want to see or you want me to do, drop it down there. If you're watching on the TV, then just grab your phone and just log into your phone and just drop me a little note of what you want to do, because it would be really, really helpful, because I'm a little bit stumped. But, yeah, I could do an Ask Me Anything again, I suppose. I haven't done one of them for a while. But, yeah. Anyway, I'll see. If I do that, I'll pop it in my Instagram and I'll pop a little thing up so you can ask me some questions. Right, that is me done. I am shooting off I have lots to do and time is ticking. So thank you so much for watching, and just thank you for sticking with me. It's because of you guys that I'm able to actually think about getting married. Not just because of Terry's mental health, but it's also like the money that it costs. And obviously every time you watch a video, I get a little smidgen of pence and it all helps. So thank you very much for getting this far. Yeah, and Patreons. You knows I loves ya. Right, I will see you very, very, very soon. Have a lovely rest of your day.